Good evening, Detective. Tonight I have a very unusual case for you. It begins at one of the biggest sporting events on Earth, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. More than 70,000 fans filled the stadium. The final whistle blew. The United States had just defeated Paraguay, 4-1. Fireworks exploded above the field. Music echoed through the stands. Thousands of supporters flooded the stadium concourses, celebrating an unforgettable victory. Every television camera focused on the players. Every reporter chased the winning story. But while the world celebrated, something else happened. A journalist disappeared, and almost nobody noticed. The missing man was Daniel Brooks, a respected British investigative journalist covering the World Cup for an international sports magazine. Daniel wasn't the kind of reporter who chased rumors. He chased facts. He never traveled without three things: his leather notebook, his digital voice recorder, and his World Cup press credential. According to witnesses, Daniel was last seen leaving the media tribune only moments after the final whistle. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Reporters were packing their equipment. Camera crews were heading toward the exits. Stadium staff were beginning their post-match routines. Daniel simply joined the crowd and walked into one of the service corridors beneath the stadium. Security cameras captured him entering the corridor. Then, nothing. No camera ever showed him leaving. No witness remembered seeing him outside. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. The local police immediately considered the obvious possibilities. Pickpockets had been active around the stadium. The enormous crowd created the perfect conditions for an abduction. Some investigators even wondered if Daniel had uncovered information connected to illegal betting during the tournament. Every theory sounded possible. But Detective Herrera wasn't interested in theories. She wanted evidence. She retraced Daniel's final known route through the stadium. The service corridor was still busy. Television crews rolled heavy equipment toward the exits. Volunteers guided the remaining spectators. Stadium employees moved supplies through the concrete hallways. Everything looked perfectly normal. Until one small detail changed the entire investigation. Near an emergency exit, officers had recovered Daniel's press credential. Most detectives believed it had been ripped away during a struggle, but Detective Herrera noticed something everyone else had missed. The plastic clip wasn't broken. It had been carefully unclipped. Someone had removed it on purpose. That wasn't evidence of violence. It was evidence of a decision. Detective Herrera began interviewing everyone who had been working near the corridor. One television cameraman remembered seeing Daniel talking to an elderly maintenance worker. Another photographer recalled hearing Daniel ask a very unusual question. "Where is the old tunnel?" The maintenance supervisor laughed. "There isn't one anymore." Or at least, there wasn't supposed to be. Years before the stadium had been renovated, an underground maintenance tunnel connected storage rooms, utility corridors, and the original locker rooms. According to the official plans, those passages had been sealed forever. Detective Herrera wasn't convinced. She obtained permission to inspect the old maintenance area herself. Behind a locked steel door, she found a narrow concrete passage illuminated only by a few emergency lights. Dust covered almost every inch of the floor. Except for one thing. A fresh trail of footprints disappeared into the darkness. Someone had walked through this tunnel. Recently. Detective Herrera followed the footprints until they reached an abandoned equipment room. The room was completely empty. Almost. Inside the abandoned equipment room, Detective Herrera found no sign of Daniel Brooks. No struggle, no damaged equipment, no evidence that anyone had been hurt. But he did find something. Resting neatly on top of an old wooden crate was Daniel's leather notebook. It hadn't been thrown there. It had been carefully placed. Detective Herrera slowly opened it. Most of the pages were filled with ordinary interview notes, stadium observations, match preparations, contacts, deadlines. Then he reached the final page, 3 handwritten sentences. "History is hidden beneath every stadium." Someone wanted me to see it. "Meet beneath the old crest." There was no signature, no date, no explanation. Whoever had written those words wanted Daniel to find them. And somehow, Daniel never came back. Detective Herrera returned to his office and reviewed everything he had learned. Every investigation reaches a point where the evidence speaks louder than the theories. This was that moment. Let's review the facts. Daniel's press credential wasn't torn away. He deliberately unclipped it. His notebook mentioned a meeting beneath the old crest. Nothing valuable had been stolen from his hotel room. His passport, his wallet, and all of his luggage were exactly where they should have been. Only one item was missing: his digital voice recorder. We also know that Daniel had arranged to meet a confidential source. Finally, the hidden maintenance tunnels connected the stadium to exits far beyond the security perimeter. None of these clues proves what happened, but together, they tell a very interesting story. Now it's your turn, detective. You have every clue I had. Nothing has been hidden from you. Think carefully before you continue. Was Daniel Brooks kidnapped? Did he disappear on purpose? Was someone trying to protect a secret hidden beneath the stadium? Or is there another explanation? One that's been right in front of you all along? This is your chance to solve the case before I reveal the answer. Pause the video now. Take a few minutes. Review the evidence. Build your theory. When you're ready, press play. Let's find out if your investigation leads to the same conclusion as mine. Detective Herrera returned to the abandoned equipment room. This time, he looked above the doorway. Faded with age was the original stadium crest. The message had been literal. Beneath the old crest, he discovered another narrow passage hidden behind a maintenance panel. The tunnel stretched far beyond the renovated sections of the stadium, several blocks away. The passage ended inside an abandoned service building. That's where the mystery finally came to an end. Daniel Brooks walked out of the building on his own, tired, hungry, and completely unaware that hundreds of people were searching for him. Daniel explained that he had entered the forgotten tunnel voluntarily after being invited by a retired stadium engineer. The engineer wanted to show him parts of the original stadium that had been closed to the public for decades. Daniel spent hours recording an interview about the hidden history beneath the arena, deep underground. There was no phone signal. By the time they finished, his phone battery had died, unable to contact anyone. Daniel followed the old tunnel until it emerged several blocks from the stadium. He had no idea that his disappearance had already become international news. This had been no kidnapping, no crime, only a journalist following an unexpected story. Did you solve the mystery before the answer? Tell me your theory in the comments below. I read every investigation you share. The most creative and well-reasoned answer will receive a copy of my book, You Are the Detective. If you enjoyed this case, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next investigation. Every mystery is different, every clue matters, and every detective sees something others overlook. Until next time, Keep observing, keep questioning, and never stop thinking like a detective.